Have you ever wondered why you have low self esteem? I'm going to show you some common signs of low self esteem that I saw in myself and show you how to overcome them. Keep watching. Hi, welcome back to my channel. My name is Rashida and this is Conquering a Woman Within. Welcome, welcome, welcome. If you are new here, welcome to Conquering a Woman Within. So on this channel, I teach women how to build themselves up within because the woman that they want to be is sleeping right now. And I give you strategies and techniques on how to wake her up so that she can stand at full capacity, take back your power, take back your authority so you can become that confident woman that you always wanted to be. So, if nobody told you that they love you today, I love you and you are loved. So sit back, relax, and enjoy the video. Go grab you a coffee, a tea, a soda, whatever your drink of choice. You may want to grab a pad and a pen. So let's get started. So today we are talking about having low self-esteem and the common signs that shows you have low self-esteem and how to overcome them. So I'm going to just give you a breakdown of each one as I go through them. So the first one, number one, is a lack of confidence. If you don't believe in yourself, you're not confident in yourself. That means you are unsure of your abilities. You always doubting yourself, which I've done in the past. I just, I couldn't stand on my own, basically. I was always listening to what other people told me to do and how to do it. I felt invisible. So if I felt invisible to where I would share something with them, and that's another thing that we're going to talk about, not to share what your goals and dreams are. I would share my goals and dreams and they would get shot down and stepped on, and that would diminish my confidence even more. So if you have lack of confidence and not believing in yourself, that's one sign of low self-esteem. Number two, you lack control. You validate everybody's opinion of you, which means that whatever they say is just it. You have no opinion, whatever you say, it doesn't matter. And I felt that way for so many years. Like I said, I was in a toxic environment the majority of my life, and it didn't matter what my opinions were, it didn't matter what advice I gave, nobody listened to me. And I just felt invisible. Like I said, I blended into the background and I just could not get out of that mindset. It was just like their thoughts were just pushed in my head and they played on the loop. Oh, you're not good enough. You can't do this. You can't do that. And when you replay that over and over again, it lives right here every day. When you go to bed, when you wake up, them thoughts are continuously playing on a loop like a broken record, and you believe that. You believe that, you're no good, you're not good enough, nobody loves you, nobody wants to be around you except for us. I heard it all. So you know what? I got tired of that and I said enough was enough. So you have to remove yourself from that toxic environment in order for your mind to be renewed and transformed to move to where you want to go, to take those small steps. And I'm going to tell you something. You took a small step today because you stopped by to see the common signs of having low self-esteem. So let's keep going. So, one action step I'm going to give you right now is practice shifting your focus to what you're in control of. And you have control of your mind. Nobody can control this but you. So, you have to say, enough is enough. I'm not going to put up with nobody else's garbage. I'm tired of them telling me what to do. And, they don't want you to thrive. So, you have to separate yourself from that environment in order to thrive. And the first step is, like I said, you decided to see what the common signs were to see and why you have low self-esteem. So now you can take and move forward with what you hear in this video today and keep moving until your self-esteem is built up to the capacity to where you have confidence in yourself. So let's keep going. So remember, if you don't take action, nothing will ever change. You can hear this today, what I'm saying to you. And if you don't put any action behind it, you will be sitting in the same position year after year after year. When you hear something, you need to take action in order for it to manifest and become what you want it to become. So let's move on to number three. Negative social comparisons. If you're always comparing yourself to others, you have low self esteem. And I've been there. Oh, why I can't be like so and so? Oh, you watch social media, and because social media is a big one to making us feel like we're not worth, you know, we're not worth. Our self worth is diminished when we watch social media because we're looking at these women out here and oh, they're thriving and they doing this and doing that. But you know what? Comparison is a thief. It will rob you, it will steal from you, and it will keep your mindset as you're not good enough and you are good enough because you can take that first step towards moving towards who you want to become. Don't ever let anyone tell you that you're nothing because you are something, you are someone, and you need to start believing in that. You are worth a lot more than gold. And I mean that figuratively. You are worth more than gold. You are more, your worth is more than rubies. Any gem in the world. If you believe it up here, it'll begin to show externally, it'll begin to show outside, and your mind will begin to renew and you'll begin to transform. And you're going to look back at yourself and say, wow, Rashida was right. Coach Rashida was right. I just took that first step. I listened, and now look at my life. My life has taken off and is where I want it to be. So, like I said, if you don't put any action behind your words, then you'll continue to keep sitting in that same place year after year. Okay, so if you're constantly comparing yourself to others, then that means you're inadequate, which is another low sign of self esteem. Okay, so limit social media consumption. I know, a lot of people are addicted to social media and people have businesses, and I understand that. But if you're just up there just day after day after day, just watching other people's lives and then your life is falling apart, you need to kind of put it on pause. Put it on pause and start working on you. You are important. You are loved. If you think you're not loved, you are. And you have to start telling yourself that I am beautiful, I am loved, and I will always be loved. Regardless if nobody else loves me, I am loved. Start believing in yourself. Start knowing that you can do things without people telling you what to do and how to do them. Start renewing and transforming your mind. The more you say it, the more you believe it, your mind begins to transform. So let's keep going. So focus on your own progress and strengths and not look at others, not look at their past because you don't know what it took for them to get there. And a lot of the things that you see are not real. So, and they want us to believe they are. So everybody behind closed doors has problems. You may not just see it on camera, but they have problems. So stay focused on your own path, stay focused on your own journey, and you will begin to thrive and you will begin to see that change and you will begin to see your life renew and transform. Okay, number 4, trouble asking for help. That was a big one for me. Feeling that you can handle everything on your own. Well, you know what? When I tried to handle everything on my own, everything came down crashing and burning. And the people in my environment was so happy when it did. They wanted to see my demise because, like I said, if you're in a toxic environment, they don't want to see you grow. Recognize that asking for help is a strength. If you need help, just ask. It's nothing wrong with asking for help. Yes, we try to be independent women. We want to do everything on our own, but asking for help does not make you weak. It does not make you look weak. Start small by reaching out to somebody you can trust. Do not stop telling everybody your business because everybody is not on your side. They don't want to see you grow. They don't want to see you thrive. They want to see you diminished. They want to see your demise. So that is a big one. I learned that the hard way, and I'm telling you now. And that's why my self esteem was so low because I kept telling people my business. And every time I told my business, it would come back to bite me in the butt. And it just wasn't worth it. And then I would feel even worse. So then I would go home, put my head under the covers and start crying, feeling depressed, feeling stressed because, they just shot down everything that I told them. And I mean, it would pass through my whole family, friends, who, and those wasn't my friends because they didn't want to see me grow either. So stop telling everybody everything. And that's another thing about having low self esteem. When you tell people things, They don't they don't have your dreams. They don't have your goals. They wasn't given that. So stop telling everybody. Tell somebody who you know you can trust and who you know are going to be there for you, because if not, it's just going they're going to diminish your emotions. They're going to step all over them. And I don't want anybody else to go through that. I went through that for so many years. And I don't want to see anybody else go through that, because that hurts, especially when you tell somebody something and you think you can trust them. And I thought I could trust everybody because I was naive. But you know what? I learned that lesson and I don't do it anymore. If I'm building something or trying to accomplish something, I keep it to myself. Keep it to yourself and don't tell anybody anything. Write it down, and then your action speaks louder than your words. Once you have done it, they'll notice it. Once you have accomplished it, they'll notice it. So please stop telling people your business. Please stop telling them your plans, because they are not, unless they are on your side and they are going in the same direction as you and they're helping you thrive. But if you have low self-esteem, that means you're around the wrong people, because when you have high self-esteem or you're a confident woman, then you're surrounding yourself with people who are going in the same direction. So please stop telling people what you're doing. Stop telling them your plans. Just move in silence. Silence is the best. When you move in silence, your action speaks for you. So let's move on to number 5. Number 5 is worry and doubt. Persistent fear of not being good enough. Oh, that was a big one for me. I always doubted myself. When they told me I wasn't good enough, it would just diminish me more and more. I would feel this big. And you know what? I I didn't know. I didn't know because I grew up around toxicity, and it was like normal to me. Do you feel that way? If you feel that way now, or you felt that way in the past, that whatever you say, it just wasn't good enough, or did it just wasn't good enough, or they told you you wasn't good enough, put it down in the comments. I want you to type I am enough. I want you to type I am enough, because you are enough. No matter what people say, no matter what they do, you are enough, and you are loved. And I'm going to keep repeating that, because I tell myself that every day when I wake up and I look in the mirror. I am loved. I am beautiful. And I want you to start telling yourself that you are loved, you are beautiful. And from this point on, don't let nobody diminish your capacity. Don't let them take your control. Now is the time for you to grab your control back from them. Grab back your power. Grab back your authority. Like I said, move in silence and start working on yourself little by little, so you can build up your confidence, build up your self-esteem. And then you know what? You take your 2 feet and you walk away, and you remove yourself from that toxic environment. So worry and doubt was a big one for me. So practicing mindfulness techniques like deep breathing and journaling. Journaling helped me a lot, because it helped me to release what I was going through and what I was feeling. Because I would sit up and I would cry at night, like, why are people doing this to me? Why don't they want to see me grow? They don't have your dreams. They don't have your goals. And if you're trying to surpass them, they're not going to be on your side, especially if they're not helping you to thrive. They don't want to see you grow. So, you know what? Remove yourself from that. Remove yourself from those toxic people. Start transitioning where you're moving away slowly. Stop taking their phone calls. Stop hanging around them. Because I felt like I was alone and I was lonely and I had nobody to be around. And those were like my only friends and family. So I just like being around them, even though I would have fun, but that doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. If they don't want to see you thrive, it doesn't matter. Then you're in the wrong environment. Because if you take a plant, right? If you take a plant and don't give it sun and don't give it water, and you just let it sit there, it's going to die eventually, because it's not thriving. It doesn't have sunlight. It doesn't have water and the efficient nutrients that needs to go into the dirt to feed it in order for it to thrive. If it's not in the right soil, right now you're in the wrong soil, because having low self-esteem, that means we are in the wrong soil. So that means we are not thriving. So if you're in the wrong soil, then you can't thrive. You can't grow. That means you are dying slowly every day. And I'm not talking about, I'm talking about up here in your head space, in your mental capacity. The goal is to renew and transform the way you think and stop letting people dictate your life. Okay, so we're going to move on from worry and doubt. Okay, so ask yourself this question when a negative thought comes next time. Is this thought hurting me or is it helping me? I want you to ask yourself that. Next time a negative thought tell you that you're not good enough, ask yourself, is this hurting me or is it helping me? Because if it's hurting you, if it's negative, of course it's hurting you. So you have to start feeding yourself positive thoughts, positive affirmations. And like I said, if you don't put action behind it, it's not going to work. So don't let anybody continue to keep diminishing you and making you feel less than a person, because you are more than a conqueror. You are victorious. And I'm going to tell you that right now. And you are the woman who you were born to be. She is confident. She is loved. She is powerful, and she has authority. And it's time for you to take it back starting today. All right, let's go to number 6. You have difficulty in accepting compliments. You have difficulty in people telling you, "Oh, you look beautiful," because your mindset has been diminished so much that you can't accept when people tell you that you look beautiful or that you are lovely. Those positive affirmations or those positive thoughts go in one ear and out the other, and you don't know how to accept them. And when you hear those negative thoughts for so long and they consistently play in your head on a loop, it's like a seed has been planted and you just can't take it in. Your mind can't accept it that that's something good. So when we are in a negative headspace for so long and that's all we can think about, when something positive is spoken into us, we don't know how to accept it. And that's another reason why you have low self-esteem, because you don't know how to accept compliments from people. When somebody say thank you, or you just, you can't handle that because your mind has been diminished so much where nothing good is going in. So remind yourself that you are worthy of praise. You are beautiful. You are lovely. Just continue to keep feeding yourself positive thoughts and affirmations. And how we do that, we remove ourselves from that toxic environment. Okay, so number 7, negative self-talk. Oh my goodness, this was my life. If something good happened to me, a thought will come in my mind and say, it ain't gonna last. A negative thought will always shoot down that positive thought. If something good happened to me, my mind always went to something negative. It's not going to last. Somebody going to come take it from me. It's going to break. Something going to happen to it. And I thought like that for a long time. And you know what? If your mind is like that right now, it's okay, because like I said, this is the first step today, because you decided to see why you have low self-esteem. You wanted to know what the signs and symptoms were. So now you are in the right place. And today is the day for you to take that step forward, which you have done by watching this video, so that you can move forward. Okay, negative self talk. We have to learn how to, and this is not going to happen overnight. You didn't get the way you were overnight. So changing your mind and transforming it is not going to happen overnight. It took me years to get to where I am today, to where my mindset is completely different. And the first biggest thing that you need to do is remove yourself from that toxic environment, because as long as you stay there, it's not going to happen. Your mind is not going to change. Your thoughts are going to continuously play, and you're going to feel like a failure. Because when negative self-talk is there, it shoots it down. It's like a rocket being shot up into something, trying to kill something or diminish something. Um, you need to kill those thoughts in your head. Shoot it down. Shoot it down like a rocket and diminish those thoughts, because it's just it's not helping. It's not helpful. They're hurting you more and more each day that you stay in that headspace. If you're not taking them thoughts down as soon as they come, they're going to grow like seeds, and they are going to keep ripping those positive thoughts apart. So in order for you to basically remove that negative headspace, you need to remove yourself from the problem, and that's that toxic environment, and put yourself in the environment. Find yourself a new tribe. Find yourself a thriving environment where you are going, where they're going in the same direction as you, because that's what you want. In order to thrive, you need to be in this going in the same direction as the people that are going to be behind you 100%. Okay, fear of failure. That's number 8. We talked about that. So you know what? Failure, having those negative thoughts will keep you thinking that you are a failure. Avoiding risks or new opportunities out of fear. Like I said, if something good happened to me, the first thing that I would do is knock it down with a negative thought. Oh, it ain't gonna last. It ain't gonna work. And this is how you could tell you also have low self-esteem. If something positive is happening to you and then a negative thought comes in your mind and knocks it down, that's fear of failure. So start with small steps that challenge you but aren't risky. Okay, celebrate the effort and not just the outcomes. So, you know what? Taking those small steps and being able to work on your mind, because the first thing we have to do is work on our mind to renew it and transform it so that we can move forward. Okay, number 9, a poor outlook on the future. That ties in with number 10. Excuse me, that ties in with number 8, when you have fear of failure. If your outlook is good and then you do something to diminish it, because we can self sabotage. Self sabotage is another reason why we have low self esteem. When we sabotage something that's happening for us and then we don't want it to work out, because we do have those thoughts that come in and say this is not going to work, so we sabotage it for it not to work, and that's another reason why we have low self-esteem as well. So, and the last and final one, number 10, being a people pleaser. Oh my goodness, for years they pulled me like a puppet, like Pinocchio. Wherever the strings went is where I went, because I thought that was love, and that's not love. I thought I was just, I was helping them, but no matter what I did, no matter how I did it, they just was never, ever happy with what I did, because they tolerated me and did not celebrate me. You want to be around people that celebrate you and not tolerate you. So, constantly trying to meet the needs of others at their expense. If I had something to do, I would push everything aside, my plans, just to please them and take them where they needed to go. If I had a doctor's appointment or I had to be here, I would push it aside, be late, or cancel just so I can please them and do what they wanted me to do. But like I said, I got so tired of doing that, where I said, enough is enough. This is it. I'm done. It's over with. And that's when I put my foot down, that's when things begin to change. You got to put your foot down. Now is the time for you to put your foot down, because you've been in that small space long enough, and it's time for you to move forward. Okay. So when you are overwhelmed, be honest with others about your limits. You have to set boundaries. Now is the time to set boundaries. I had to set boundaries. And at first, I was scared to do that because of what they would say to me. But you know what? Like I said, enough was enough. And I had to set boundaries, and I had to tell them, start saying no. No. No means no. No, I can't do it. I'm doing something today. I have something planned. No. Just as simple as that. It's time to stand up. It's time to take back your authority and move the way you knew you were supposed to be going, moving forward and not backwards. You've been going backwards long enough. Now it's time for you to take those 2 steps forward and continue to keep walking. Okay. So down below in the description box is my link to download some freebies. Who doesn't like freebies? And I have some worksheets and some planners that shows you how to begin to build up your self-esteem. Free. They are free. So go in there, go in the description, click on the link, grab those self-esteem worksheets, because if you are serious, like I said, put some action behind your voice. You don't have a voice, you're going to have one today. Put some action behind your voice. Get those self-esteem worksheets and start doing what they say. They both are 7 days. This is going to start you out. This is going to help you. This is going to help you grow. This is going to be the start of renewing and transforming your mindset. And that's what we're here for. We're here to renew and transform our minds. So grab those worksheets, do those 7 days, and come back and tell me how they worked, because it worked for me and I want it to work for you. But in order for things to change in my life, I had to put action behind my words, and I want you to do that. So in the description, I want you to write action, because you are going to take action starting today. Because if you want to get rid of that low self-esteem and build your confidence, you need to put action behind your words. All right. So thank you for tuning in. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And if you know somebody that wants to hear this or needs this word to motivate them, share it with them, please. So until the next video, thank you and have a great day. Bye. See you in the next video.